can this thing stay recording? Because if it doesn't, I'm not gonna bring a video out today. So yeah, I hope this actually stays recording this time. This is gonna be my alarm. Did y'all see that? I'd hope not. Yeah, it's my first video. This is gonna be what if Naruto was the forgotten fox. The name of this thing is the Forgotten Fox. I don't know the author's name. I'll probably get back to you in the second episode, and I'll tell you. Yeah. Well, let's get into the story. It was a rough time for the fourth Hokage. His wife Kushina has just given birth to triplets. Their firstborn was Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. Their second born was Nenmu Uzumaki Namikaze, which I'm going to be calling him Nemma, because I don't think I know how to pronounce that name. And the last born was Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. There was also a mysterious man with a spiral mask who was able to pull the Kyuubi out of Kushina. Minato was able to fend him off as he grabbed Kushina and Naruto, Nenma, and Naruto. He Hibishined into his house. Minato Hibishined on top of the mountain as he looked at his children as he held them in his arms. Minato, don't tell me that you're going to sell the 9,000 inside your own children, Sarutobi shouted. Don't worry, Louise. I wouldn't do it if I didn't believe in my children, Minato smiled as he Hibishined near the 9 toes. Minato gently laid his kids down as he brushed. Wait. Let me read that again. Minato gladly laid his children down in a push as he looked up at the spiral man. So you were the cause of all of this. Lord Fourth Hokage, it's a pleasure to meet you. The man with the one-eyed shot. The man with his one-eyed shine diamond globe. So you're an Uchiha. Yeah. So you're an Uchiha? You're from this village? Minato asked. You know what? Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. You will have to find out and see, the man charged in Minato and the spiral masked man had a tough battle, but Minato was victorious. Minato saw the 9 toes that was Snow rampaging around. Minato summoned multiple altars and placed all 3 of his children into. Minato ran up as he got the seal ready. Minato made a clone to allow it to distract the 9 toes. After a few minutes of distracting and dodging, Minato was successfully able to silhouette the 9 toes away in his 3 children. Since Naruto and Nenma were older, Naruto was given the 4 tails, Nenma was given the 3 tails, and Naruto was given the 2 tails. However, there are many casualties leaving a scarred boy and an orphan. I wonder what that means. Is there gonna be like a new character or some shit? 6 years later, a boy with spiky blonde hair staring out the windows. He was only 4'5" and he was pretty small for his age. He had whiskers, a trait that none of his siblings inherited. Unlike the rest of the kids, Naruto was the only one who had bright blue eyes that sparkled into the sky. He was the only one to inherit Minato's golden blonde hair. Naruto was a red-haired with violet purple eyes. Nenma was a red-haired. Get out of my face, bro. I'm tired of these notifications. Nenma had red hair. It was a bit spiky on the side. Most of his hair dangled to the side of his head. It was a nice day outside for the boy to be playing. But this boy wasn't playing. He was instead inside because he didn't want to go outside. All he wanted to do was train with his family. However, he was told that his elder brother and sister needed training. Naruto left the house as he watched outside of his window. He watched as his brother was running up trees, swinging swords around, and his sister was throwing shurikens and kunais at her target. His older brother and sister also were working on their ninjutsu. Ninma had an affinity for earth, lightning, and water. Naruto had an affinity for wind and water. Ninma was about 4'8", which was pretty tall for his age. Naruto had already 5 foot at the age of 6. That shorty finna be tall. I don't know about her. I don't think she finna get a boyfriend. She can't. Naruto was alone for most of the time. However, he did not go outside. However, he did go outside once in a while. Let me get that done. He did go outside once in a while. He hated hearing the laughter of happiness from his family. He would go out and walk around the village. Naruto was walking around the village as he saw some kids at the park. Naruto slowly made his way towards the swings and sat down. He looked over to see a chubby kid, a kid with black hair, and that looked like the pineapple, and a boy with a weird jacket with goggles on top. They also had the same kids that were playing with them. Naruto wanted to play with them, but he heard his family coming over. And Naruto and Ninma were walking around with Minato and Kushina at their sides. Shikamaru, Choji, Shino, Ninma shouted as he called for his friends. Naruto watched as his brother friends ran up, fawning over him. There was another girl with blonde hair and teal eyes with bangs covering her face, fawning over Ninma. Isn't my son popular with the ladies? Kushina smiled at Ninma. Mom, you're embarrassing me, Ninma said, blushing. Naruto could feel his stomach drop as he decided to walk away, leaving them alone. Naruto, however, saw him at the corner of his eyes as he watched Naruto walk away. Hey, Naruto! Naruto was cut off by her mom. Naruto, go play with your friends. They're waiting for you, Kushina smiled. Naruto ran off as she looked back towards Naruto walking off. Naruto kept walking as he made his way over towards the shopping district. He looked around as he saw buses rustling. Bro, I'm tired of that word, bro. It always freaking. And I lost my place. That's crazy. People around him until a man pointed him out. Hey, look, isn't that the demon? The one who attacked the village? A man shouted. Demon, Naruto said quietly. Are you sure you don't? Don't he look like the fourth son? Another guy asked. He may have the same hair, eye color with those dang whiskers. Y'all aren't gonna catch me slipping. I'm not gonna cuss ever. Like I'm a wholesome young man. The demon had. No one in the Force family had those facial features or whiskers. Plus, his kids only have red hair. There, however, a baby spotted by the Nine-Tails. There was, however, a baby spotted as the Nine-Tails was put into a blonde cake. The man reassured. Then he released the demon. Get him! The one man shouted. Then soon after, more people started staring at him and Naruto. They all started moving. They stopped moving to stare at Naruto. They all started running after him. Naruto tried to run as fast as he could. However, he doesn't have that much stamina. He's a child after all. Naruto tripping as the mob gathered. Naruto tripped as the mob gathered around him. Kill the demon. Make sure he pays, another shouted. Naruto could only cower in fear. What did I do? If I did anything, I'm sorry, Naruto said. Why he started to cry. Saying sorry isn't gonna cut it. You can't bring our families back. A man growled with the kunai over his hand. Others were holding kitchen knives, torches, bats, or wooden bats. What other type of bats did they have? So they can make metal bats? Dang, I look, he sounds stupid. Of course they can make metal bats. That's crazy. They began to torture Naruto, stabbing, beating, kicking, punching, or trying to set him on fire. Naruto barely managed to escape the fire as he ripped off a part of his shirt that was burning to the ground. One of the army members heard the cry as he came over him. He landed in the middle, stopping the people who were beating the kid. Who the heck do you think you are? Who the heck do you think you're doing beating on a little kid? The people around him stayed silent. The Anbu went to look at who it was. The kid was gone. He vanished from the scene without leaving a trail of blood, scent, or shit beyond. Naruto was running past the gates of Konoha as he found himself in the middle of the forest. Naruto fell in the ground face first in the mud as he slipped into unconsciousness. The next day, Naruto woke up as his body was aching everywhere. He looked around to find himself at the hospital. Naruto saw no one else was in the room. But he did see a figure walk through the door. He didn't seem to be too tall. Mom, I need some water or some shit. Next time I'm gonna have some water on deck, bro, because my tongue is dry. He didn't seem to be too tall, but he had to be about 13 or 14. Hey kid, are you alright? The boy asked. Yeah, I'm fine. Naruto stood up as he took his bandages off. Nambu looked at Naruto funny at the wound on Naruto's body were gone. There wasn't even a trace of an attack on him. I hope I see you again. What was your name? Nambu looked at Naruto. Wait. I hope I see you again. What's your name? Nambu looked at Naruto. The name is Naruto. Naruto averted his gaze to the ground. Mine is Itachi, but please don't let others know. I'm the Hokage's bodyguard. I will be around to make sure you stay safe, kid. See ya. Itachi left and Nespresso leave. Naruto sighed as he got up and walked out of the hospital room. Naruto made his way towards the front desk. He let the woman know he was checking out. She didn't say anything, but stared at Naruto with a look of hatred in her eyes. Naruto didn't say anything else, but he looked. Bro, my tongue is on something crazy. Naruto didn't say anything else, but he looked at the visitor side and she. Naruto didn't see a single person name that he recognized, which means that his family members didn't even know he was gone. Naruto flipped it back more pages as he saw Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze signed in at 9 p.m. Signed in at 9 p.m. and signed out at 8 a.m. Naruto looked at the clock. It was 8:30 a.m. Isn't that convenient? What? Did she comment on my let me chill out. Naruto made his way back to his house, putting on his tattered clothes. He walked up to the house. As he looked up, he went out to inside to see if anyone was around. Where have you been, Mr. Kushina walked out steaming. I was cut. Naruto tried to respond but was cut off. No, I don't want to hear it. Go to your room, Mr. as Kushina pointed at Ninma's room. That's not even my room, Naruto said to himself. Naruto walks into his room peacefully. As he passed Naruto. Hey, little bro. How are you feeling today? Naruto gave her brother a smile. I feel better, Naruto. Why did he didn't spell that right. Thanks for visiting me last night. Naruto gave her a smile. Naruto and Ninma. Let's go. We need to make breakfast and get to training. Kushina shouted. Okay, mother. Naruto and Ninma ran out. Naruto kept walking until he heard Naruto's voice. Mom. Can Naruto join us? Naruto tried to plead with her mother. Naruto squatted down to her. You can't do that, Naruto. We need to train you two especially so you guys can control the Kyuubi's chakra. Naruto may have two souls, but He should be able to train with you guys. Get to the academy minutes of rough with the top of Naruto's red hair. Naruto's smile turned into a frown as he went in his room. Naruto was in his room once again. As he looked around, he realized again how things were, how little things he owned. He had no toys or action figures. His brother or any of his other friends, I don't think he had friends. Yeah, he didn't have friends. They had always, I guess he's talking about his brother's friends. They always had something to play with. Naruto had nothing with his room. Had nothing in his room. He had a mattress, an old wooden frame that was old. Why did he say that was old when he already said that was an old wooden frame? But it's okay. He had covers for his bed that had holes in them. He had a blanket, but his blanket was a few pieces of string held together. Naruto had no curtains as the curtain broke years ago. He punished for breaking them. The thing is, they broke because the screws were loose. It just so happened to be underneath his curtain. He just so happened to be underneath his curtain with his floorboards squeaked as his closet only had a few sets of clothes in it. Only one pair of shoes that he found from the village dumpster. Naruto was starting to get sick of having to stay in this house. Naruto was staring. Dang, how long have I been talking? 16 minutes. Naruto was starting to get sick of having to stay at this house. Naruto was starting to long for the affection and love that his Naruto was starting to long for the love of his parents at this point. Naruto realized that was never going to happen. Naruto left the house once again, deciding to leave the house. Once again deciding to leave the house for good. Naruto thought that he had better chances living in the woods than in his house. Naruto walked outside into the forest. He sat down as he found a decent spot to set up camp. Or even if you could call it that. Naruto remembered reading chakra scrolls from his father's library. Naruto accidentally left the scrolls for chakra on how to actually hit his desk in his den. A figure appeared next to Naruto as he was about to catch a fish and cook it for breakfast. Hey Naruto, how are you? Wait, what are you doing here? Itachi asked. Hey Itachi, what are you doing here? Naruto asked, confused. What, you can still recognize me? Itachi said, surprised. Well, yeah. First of all, you're short to be an Amba, so that was the first clue. That I can also recognize your chakra too with Naruto's mouth. Could he be a sensory type? Itachi thought to himself. What are you trying to do? Itachi said. I'm practicing my chakra control, Naruto said, as he focused chakra into his feet as he walked out into the water. He was standing on the water, relaxed as he started to walk on water with no issue. My microphone is on. I have to double check this because it kept messing up before. Where was that? He's relaxed with no issue. And Naruto, that's really impressive at your age. Most Genin can't walk on water until they start de-ranking missions, Itachi said, wide-eyed. Itachi's eyes were wide. Itachi, is there a way to find out my elemental affinities? Asked Naruto. Yeah, here, I got some chocolate paper with me. Bro. I'm just gonna turn my TV off before this. This shit crazy. I hope y'all don't hear that. If I remember the scroll right, if it wrinkles, it's lightning. If it gets wet, it's water. If it sets on fire, it's fire. If it cuts, it's air. And if it turns to dirt, Naruto says silently. as he poured chocolate into the paper gently. Wow, he's so smart too. I wonder who made his parents be. Naruto wondered that to himself. Then Itachi's thoughts were cut off as his jaw dropped to the floor, and an abnormal large wind blade cut the paper into fours. 1/4 of the paper was wrinkled, the other set on fire. Another was wet, and the last 4 turned into earth. The heck does that mean? I got all 5 elemental affinities, Naruto said, shocked. Yeah, it does. Naruto, Itachi says, since I got time in my hands, would you like to train under me? Stop sending me shit. I mean, stuff. Y'all didn't hear that. Yeah, would I ever? Naruto smiled as with stars in his eyes. Itachi giggled as he poked Naruto with his fingers at the forehead. Not now, Naruto. Meet me here in 2 days, then we can train. Itachi smiled and left in a swirl of leaves. Naruto smiled, and Naruto decided to walk back to his house for the last chance. Also reminded that it was his birthday too. Naruto was a little excited, but was also a bit worried. Flashback. The last 3 birthdays were birthdays he cannot forget. He was completely forgot about. His parents left him in his room after they were done training on their birthday. So they were training at the age of 3. What were they able to train at the age of 3? I guess they were talking about the parents. They went out to eat immediately. They were also accompanied by a blonde woman with a diamond on her head with the big assets. A man with the white spiky hair with the kanji for oil on his head. He heard the man with the white spiky hair letting Ninma sign the toad summoning contract. And Naruto got to sign the slug contract. A couple of days after they had a grand party for his siblings, Naruto saw the banner outside and said, "Happy birthday, Naruto, happy birthday." Happy birthday, Naruto. And then, what the freak, it was his birthday too. Naruto walked outside as he found everyone gathered around his siblings and banner. Naruto was heartbroken. That's when his nickname changed to his birth. How could his parents forget about him and he was their son too? He was born on the exact same day his siblings were born on. His brother got all the attention as he was even said that he would become the next Hokage of the village. That hurt Naruto. He remembers stating that he wanted to be the Hokage first when they were 4 years old. Bro, it got louder, bro. I hope y'all don't. I really hope y'all don't hear that. 4 years old. His parents in the other village gave Ninma and Naruto everything they could want. Toys, money, and weapons, clothing, etc. Why weapons? They were only 3 at that time. No, they were 4 at that time. What were they doing with weapons? That doesn't sound right. This only fueled the fire more for Naruto. It came down to the point where Naruto was furious. Naruto wanted to march in and yell at them all. Something kept Naruto back. He didn't know what it was. It was most likely because of his sister. Naruto was the only family member who had acknowledged Naruto. Besides that, Naruto... Whoa, what did I just do? Besides that, Naruto thinks that Jiraiya's his man doesn't even know who he was, or if he knew he was the son of Kushina. What time is it? I'll give y'all one more pet. Naruto came up to his house, but before he opened the door, he heard laughter and takes one up stopped loudly. Naruto's hand was barely in the knot when he stopped himself. They weren't his family. Naruto may be a family member. Naruto was the only family, well, maybe his family member he could think that cared about him. At that point, Naruto, he wasn't sure he wasn't too sure anymore. Naruto backed up and turned around and hightailed it towards the Hokage Mountain. That's it. Like, comment, subscribe, comments. Comment line if you made it this far into the video. Is that it?